Remember that the strength of the will drives the momentum in the law of cause and effect. The will, when centered and in alignment with the heart and mind, has the power to perform miracles and, in these moments, to control the electron spin. This is possible when the individual is both clear and free of judgment. It is also possible when he or she understands that it is light that directs the currents of creation. Another important concept of the law of cause and effect is karma, mentioned earlier. The popular description for this phenomena is what you sow is what you reap. All that is experienced has had its roots grounded not only lifetimes ago, but also in this collective moment of time. This is truth. When unpleasant events become a part of one's life, it is helpful to know that these events have come for one of two reasons. Either there is unfinished business that must be resolved before the soul is allowed to move to a higher plane of existence, or there are lessons that must be learned to achieve a higher state of existence and enlightenment. There are no other reasons for karmic debts experienced within the law of cause and effect. All is designed for humans to evolve to higher states of consciousness. Since the harmonic convergence in 1987, all children of light have been freed of karmic debts, yet few have known this to be true. At that time, the dispensation was given that allowed all to begin their test of initiation, thus freeing themselves to journey on their paths to mastery. This is not to say that karma, both good and bad, has not been accrued, for all are still responsible for the individual daily actions that direct life. This is only stated to reveal that the events in one's life no longer are tied to the will of the past, but now are connected to a higher plane of existence that free the soul to achieve higher states of enlightenment and power. Nothing escapes the law. All is divine order. There is no such thing as chance occurrence or coincidence. To say that coincidence exists is to say that the events so designed could exist outside of universal mind and order. This cannot be. All is universal mind, and all is in order. All is law. Therefore, what this means for the initiate on the path is that one must begin to conquer the mind and the emotions. One must acquire self-love, enabling light to flow continuously from the source through consciousness and back to the source. All must be continuous and experienced in a circular fashion. When this is accomplished, the individual assumes a position of using the higher planes of existence over the lower planes of existence, and creates the utopia that is longed for within. Thus, freedom is experienced and bondage is gone. I trust that this adequately explains the law of cause and effect. Go in peace, harmony, and balance. I am El Morya. Summary. The law of cause and effects relates to our freedom of choice. While we have free will to choose our actions in life, we are held responsible by the law of cause and effect. The difficulty most of us experience is learning that we have the ability to choose our outcomes and to develop the mastery over our behaviors needed to achieve positive results. In this sense, humans are provided the capability of moving beyond the third dimension and experiencing higher dimensions. Nothing occurs by chance or outside the law of cause and effect. We are responsible for creating our own reality, for every action produces a reaction. We can learn to identify the events in our lives that are the result of current behaviors, the result of past karma, our test of initiation for our spiritual growth. Developing the strength of our will and the clarity of our goals provides us with the power to create our own reality. When we have not developed spiritual awareness, we remain trapped in separating behaviors which inhibit our growth. We are controlled by the wills of others. We lack self-confidence, and it becomes a struggle to change our stereotypic behaviors. As we begin to achieve a higher level of consciousness in our lives, we are provided with lessons and experiences that enhance our spiritual growth and move us toward mastery. We gain control over our lives by avoiding extreme behaviors, developing a strong will and sense of purpose, and staying centered, calm, and peaceful at all times. Now, the next chapter, chapter 14, and this is the law of compensation. If you help others, you will be helped. Perhaps tomorrow, perhaps in 1,000 years, but you will be helped. Nature must pay off the debt. It is a mathematical law, and all life is mathematical. G.L. Gurdjieff said that. I can't pronounce his last name. The law of compensation is the law which helps us to understand abundance and how we can deal with financial matters. The law of compensation is the law of cause and effect as applied to blessings that are bestowed on us. While the law of cause and effect deals primarily with events, the law of compensation deals with the material and spiritual gains we receive in life. It is in the manifestation of this law that we see the visible effects of our deeds as they are given to us in gifts, money, inheritances, friendships, and blessings. Many of us do not receive these blessings as a result of the conscious and subconscious beliefs that direct the events of our lives. If we wish to master this law and receive abundance, we must break the poverty consciousness, which comes from our conditioning in this lifetime and from the programming of past lives. We must leave the tapes of these experiences behind and see the world as a place of abundance where there is plenty for everyone, instead of a world where there is not enough for all. We need to overcome the programming of the past that was fed by statements such as, "Money is the root of all evil," "The rich cannot be spiritual." To be spiritual means that we must renounce money and things in life that give us pleasure and comfort. If we break our poverty consciousness, we must reprogram our thinking so that our conscious and subconscious minds do not sabotage our due returns. Affirmations are a valuable way to do this. People are successful in life because they do more for others and because they have an attitude that supports success. If you want to get more out of life, then you must give more with right thoughts, emotions, actions, and words every time you give a gift or perform a service for someone else. The application of this law does not always mean that what you give is exactly what you will receive. Sometimes giving in one form, such as money, means that you will receive compensation in another form, such as a friend taking you out to lunch or someone giving you a beautiful gift. In addition, the law is extended by the law of tenfold return. Whatever you give is returned in ways that are 10 times the value of your gift. Sometimes we have made an agreement to use this law in different ways. If you are a person who feels that you have given more than you have received, chances are that this is either because of karmic debt or because you have been using the law as a savings plan. Agreements could have been made when you gave freely with the understanding that the payments would come later in life or even in a subsequent lifetime. You could be starting a savings plan of good karma that will carry you into the future. Never despair of this law, regardless of how you feel you have been treated. Have faith always and know that it is fair, just, and true. Do not confuse the application of this law with the test of initiation. Sometimes what has been delivered appears to be a punishment, whereas in reality it is not. It is a test to strengthen some weakness within. Discernment teaches us the difference between the two. Be mindful that what appears to be the opposite of a reward may actually turn out to be an incredible benefit and gift later on, once a test has been passed and a person has become the better for the experience. Patience is the key. Wait, and the gifts will be revealed.